Update 31.0.1 released on Thursday, November 18th, and it's time to look at all the changes that happened with this patch. Biggest part of this update is of course the two new instances. Gundabad now has two 3-mans that you can do. Assault on Durstruck and Den of Puglak. You can do these on solo, duo or trio, and it goes up to tier 3. And I imagine in about 2 to 3 weeks, we're gonna get tier 4 and tier 5 of these two 3-mans. I do want to warn people though, Den of Puglak is kind of buggy in some cases, depending on which visions you get in the instance. It can lead to some constant loading issues and stuff. You can bypass that by staying logged out for like 10 minutes and it'll port you out. But at the moment, Den of Puglak could bug you out. Assault on Durstruck seems to be working just fine. When it comes to the loot from these 3-mans, Bailey from my Discord server used the Item Treasury plugin and scanned for new items. These items are in the player suggestions thread in my Discord server if people want to take a look. I will eventually be adding them to the different threads where all the best in slot items are displayed. For now, I'm just going to go briefly through them. There's some teal pieces in the database, but this seems to be tier 4 and tier 5 drops only. I don't think you're able to get the shoulders, the legs, and the boots. In any case, we have the heavy and the medium, and we have the light teal pieces, most likely tier 4, tier 5 drop. But for tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, I'm assuming tier 3, most likely we have purple gear with helm, chest piece, and gloves. Heavy, and we have medium, as well as light. And there also appears to be jewelry from tier 3, heavy, medium, and light jewelry. So it looks like for now on tier 3 we'll be grinding for helm, chest, and gloves in the instances, as well as earrings and rings. And as for other pieces, we'll probably have to use landscape barters or crafting for now. And of course, when tier 4 comes out, you can then try to get your teal shoulders, leggings, and boots. For now, like I said, purple gear, helm, chest, gloves, and earrings and rings are dropping from the new 3-mans. And when it comes to where you can find these discovery locations for these two new 3-mans, I already released a short video just simply showing where to discover that. You can find that in my channel. Some more news and notes. Buffers of Traveler's gear can now be used up through character level 130. So that's pretty much old loot box gear. Now goes up to the previous level cap of 130. Virtue XP rewards have been removed from level cap 130 repeatable quests. Before this small update, you were actually able to get Virtue XP from the Minas Morgul weeklies, as well as the Limlock weekly. And the Limlock weekly also gave embers, but they have now fixed it. You now get motes and no more Virtue XP, so pretty much following the standard expansion rule that new level cap, the old repeatables will be gone, and you will have to do on-level content to earn your Virtue XP. They also made it so the Gundabad weekly quests, Reclaiming the Mountain Hold and Challenges of Gundabad, now will award Virtue XP, as it should be, as it's on-level content. They also fixed it so that the on-mission weeklies, when you start them at level 140, you will now receive embers and not motes. And there's a note on how the locks will work for the upcoming instances. So the 3-person instances we have right now, as you can see here, you have 5 favored polls per week on each tier 1 through tier 3. This means tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 have 5 locks each. So you can run each tier 5 times per week with favored locks. When we get tier 4 and tier 5, both tier 4 and tier 5 will have 1 weekly pull each. You can do tier 4 ones and tier 5 ones per tune in a week. And in the future, when we get our 6-person instances, it kind of follows the same rule as the 3-person, but with 6-man you get 3 favored pulls on tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3. You can do each tier for 1, 2, 3, you can do it 3 times per week. And whenever we get tier 4 and tier 5 for 6-mans, just like the 3-mans, you can do it 1 time on tier 4 and tier 5. So each tier has unique locks for these 3 and 6-person instances, although tier 4 and tier 5 can only be done once each week, but tier 1, 2 and 3 can be done multiple times per week. Moving on to some quests and adventure areas notes. A long-awaited change, Chapter 5.1 is now an on-ramp for the Legacy of Durin and the Trials of the Dwarves. They still recommend that you play Chapter 1 through 4, but it's no longer required. This is very good. A lot of people did not like that they had to do Chapter 1, 2, 3 and 4 to get to Chapter 5 to continue into Gundabad with the story. You can now just go directly to Anak Kurfu and pick up Chapter 5.1 without doing Chapter 1 through 4. This is really good for people with a lot of tunes. You can now just go straight to Chapter 5. Don't have to bother with Chapter 1, 2 and 3 and 4 of the Legacy of the Durin book. There are multiple bug fixes in these nodes. I'm just gonna brush through those, not really gonna comment on them. The Gundabad missions now count to the weeklies, the weekly mission quests, which is good. Also, if you had any mission weeklies running, they will now be reset because they have been altered and changed a bit to give embers. They have basically been fixed. So if you had on a mission weeklies running, they will now be reset, and whenever you complete a mission, you will get these quests going again. A bunch of quests were fixed to be repeatable quests. I think that covers the most important things with this update. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel, join my Discord, and I'll see you in the next one.